Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Matthew chapter 6. This moment where Jesus is trying to explain to the crowd, all those Jewish people and wannabe disciples, how to live out their righteousness in a way that honors God. He used the three pillars of the Jewish faith, right? Almsgiving, the praying, the fasting. And yet there's a sense where this could also speak to us, but it was speaking first to them. Well, he's still on that mode of trying to show them the kind of righteousness that honors God. He's going to go deeper into the heart. We saw it was all about that secret place, right? Which is not about a special room, it's about the heart. It's about giving from the heart and not wanting anything in return. It's about fasting also, in a sense of rejoicing and depending on the Lord and not trying to look horrible because you want people to applaud you. It's all about that inner man, that new man for us, but that inner man. And he's going to keep focusing on that as we move along to this next double section. It's two sections saying two different things, but when you realize they're actually saying the same thing, they actually complete each other. He's going to use body parts, he's going to use the hearts and the eyes, but ultimately he's still talking about the inner man, as I hope to show you. So let's look at him pointing the light right in our hearts and saying, this is what's important. Again, we want to recognize what he'd be saying to us as well. So let's try to figure it out. And again, I have to warn you though, it's going to be challenging, especially for us in the West that are affluent, rich, doing well. What's he going to say? Might shake us up a bit. And you've probably heard it before, but it's good to be reminded of it once more. Jesus starts by saying this: do not lay up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. The famous treasure mentions, right? Now, Jesus is actually going to do a lot of repetition in this text. Not only is he going to repeat from one verse to another, he's going to repeat within the same verse. Yeah, see that lay up? It's actually the word treasure. Don't treasure up for yourself treasures. You see the double emphasis on this idea of treasures. And again, it's very general though. It's nondescript. So if you say, well, I don't have stuff, I'm not that rich. It's not about the stuff, it's not about the riches. It's about treasures. What you value, what you put importance on, stuff of the earth, stuff that can be run down. It could be about having a big house, or it could be the fact that you're living in an apartment but you want a nice video game console. Stuff. It's treasuring and put an emphasis on getting that stuff. And don't miss, it's a verb, lay up, treasure up. It's active. It's not just having the stuff, it's you must reach out to get it. You must save up to have it. It's active, it's purposeful. This must be in my life. Stuff that will rot out, or be eaten up, or even taken from us. Jesus is really trying to show us through this shock value that all these things you're putting so much importance on could be gone. And then you're left with nothing. This is when he's going to repeat himself, which one little twist of a change. See if you can find it. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. And we want to say, of course, because it's heaven. That's the change. From earth, where stuff dies out and can be taken, to heaven, the eternal realm, being with God forever, where no thieves can come in. There's no sin there. Nothing decays or is destroyed. The difference between investing and putting all your efforts getting stuff that will die out, and then the treasures that are in heaven that are forever and can't be destroyed. Now, don't miss, again, it's general. So if you're trying to make it about certain things you're getting in heaven, you're missing the point. Treasure is very general, what he's saying here. And actually, when you look at the New Testament, you'll only find specific description of what these treasures can be. What are you talking about, Martin? We're going to get mansions. Actually, no, that's not what Jesus said in the Upper Room Discourse. He actually said rooms in my Father's house. Because again, it's about the intimacy we'll have with God when we get to the other side in the New Jerusalem. Not about stuff. Yeah, but it will be filled with streets of gold and everything. Yeah, but it doesn't say you'll have gold in your buckets. This is to show the beauty of God and being with Him. The closest thing we might get to physical things we'll have, it's crowns. But these crowns, we're actually going to put at the feet of Jesus. Because He's the reason I was able to live like this and do these things and be faithful in that way. So I don't even get to keep those. Which is why, again, I say, this is not about stuff. It's about what you treasure, what you put importance on. The stuff that will go away, but you absolutely must have, or stuff that's going to be eternal with our God forever. This is where He's going to bring it all home, at least this first section, and say, here's why I'm saying that. Because, for where your treasure is, heaven, earth, and there your heart will be. Like I said, it's the inner man thing here. It's about your heart, about who you are on the inside, what matters to you most, what you desire. If it's anything of earth, no matter how you try to justify it, your heart will be here. And if it's the things of heaven, then your heart will be there. We might be quick to say, yeah, but it's not bad to have. That's not the point. Jesus is being categorical, black and white. Either your heart is so focused on the earthly things, or it's focused on the eternal things. Point blank. And now He's going to come back around and say it another way. He's going to start by saying, the eye is the lamp of the body. So, if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. The eye is the lamp of the body. What does that mean? Well, it can't have anything to do with watching TV or anything like that, because there was no such thing back then. So it's not about what you watch, in a sense. Now, the eye does help you to perceive and understand things. And go back to the law where it says that you should not covet your neighbor's stuff and wife and other things. So you see and you want. But more than that, as most commentators that I looked at said, this eye example is probably referring to, again, your mind, your heart, your inner man, how you perceive life. That's your lamp. That's how you perceive and therefore decide and act accordingly. And if it's light, the light of God, right? The Word of God, who's the light of our feet, the light in our path. If it is the truth of God that is this light inside of you, well, your whole body will be light. It will lead you to the right kind of decisions in life and existence, because you desire and reason in a way that is of God. But on the flip side, though, but if your eye is bad or literally evil, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness? Again, if your perception is earthly, all about I need that stuff to be happy, then it will affect how you live, how you decide, how you exist, even as a believer. Of course, he's just talking to these Jewish people. Jewish people who are so focused on getting the stuff and saying that's part of God's package, like we even see in many prosperity gospels. It's about getting the stuff and saying God has blessed you. That reasoning will bring darkness. As he even says, if even that little light that is in you is affected by the darkness, that little light is probably referring to that image of God that's still there. That law written in our hearts, as Paul says in Romans. That little something twinkling God put in there that gives us, to realize it. It's got to be more than this. This is so empty and vain, getting a new house, getting a great job, whatever. It won't last. That little light. If you keep just crushing it with the darkness, I have to have it. And I have to have more of it. I still want to be happy. Then that little light will be extinguished by a full darkness. This is what we see. He's not talking to Christians. He's talking to everybody. But he should be speaking to us, especially where he ends up. Now he's going to conclude not just this section, but this is where we see that it's all connected together. How the inner man reasons, where his heart is focused. Is it about the light that leads him because he's a a being of eternity, focused on being in relationship with God, or is it about the earthly darkness of here and now, where stuff dies out? Well, ultimately, as he says, no one can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money or mammon, as some translations put it. Notice how Jesus is categorical here. We don't want him to be. We want him to give some gray zones here, but he doesn't permit that. Talking to everybody, including us today, I would say. He's saying it's one or the other. He's talking about serving, literally being a slave to. Your whole life is about that person. That's what a slave is, right? Slave is, I belong to you. I will do whatever you ask. I exist but for you. That's what a slave is. So either it will be God or mammon, heaven or earth. The in-between part, we made that up. Jesus, way long ago, said it doesn't exist. You either devote yourself to one and end up despising the other, loving one, hating the other. Hate is strong. Despise is strong. It's not just, I try to find ways to work with it. No, hate and despise. And if it's not earth, not mammon, not the darkness, then it has to be light. But your love has to be fully and completely on light, or it will be hate and despise. And it will be darkness. Like I said, this should shake us up a bit. We've gone too accustomed to justify a lot of stuff as Christians nowadays. A lot of living for this world, of getting stuff, of succeeding, and then trying to justify and say, I'm just trying to have an okay life, but I'm still serving God. And it's not about saying it's wrong to have it if God blesses you with it. But where is your treasure? Who are you actually serving? What is most important to you? What is the light that is guiding you? Reasoning that says, get the good house. Then you'll have a good family. And then you have to have a good job to pay for the good house. Or does it say, those are not important? If God provides, good. But if not, my life is for Him, no matter what. I really hope this will challenge you and bring you to prayer. I know it had for me, and it continues to. And it should, dear brothers and sisters. And it's not. Be blessed.